Hey guys, CreamCrazy here. Welcome to my Hell in a Cell 2012 results and opinions video. I'm sorry this came quite late. In fact, it's at the time of recording 11:09, and effectively I'm sorry this has taken so long, but I was just drained after the long day I've had, because literally it's been a very long day. I just got really annoyed by stuff with work on something to do with the course, and I just literally, the minute I finished everything what I've done today, I came home and I've basically here just slept for the best part of 4 hours or so. I needed it because I felt so drained, you wouldn't believe it. So yeah, I apologise for getting this video out way later than I hoped, and I hope you understand. Anyway, let's get on with this pay-per-view then, because I bet you guys have waited long enough to hear my opinion on it, because you have waited, and I'm sorry, largest, again, I did tell you I'd have this done by 9 o'clock, hasn't happened, and I'm really sorry for it, but sometimes I just need to get a nap and just reboot after the day, because I am going to watch Raw, it should be fun. Anyway, Randy Orton defeated Alberto Del Rio in the opening contest, which I did not expect. I thought, No, I didn't expect. I expected the result wholeheartedly, but I did not expect this would be the opening contest. Anyway, let's get on with this then, shall we? Orton launched a deluge of punches, chucking Del Rio out of the ring and hitting a clothesline and throwing him into the steel post. Orton then still beating the crap out of Del Rio with multiple punches and kicks in the corner. Del Rio puts Orton over the ropes and slams the arm into the turnbuckle before wrenching on it some more inside the ring. Orton then fights out in the corner before Del Rio wrenches the arm across the ropes before slamming him into the post and wrenching it on the bottom rope. Arm breaker for 2, covering the arm as he does it, which is nice. Del Rio wrenches the arm again on a grounded Orton. Orton's now in the corner, roll up for 2. Arm breaker sends him down for 2. Orton, I will tell you, is selling this beautifully. And I did shout out loud randomly last night, "Holy shit, it's a first!" And everyone was in the Skype chat was laughing their arse off. Orton tries to fight out, but Del Rio keeps punching the arm before wrenching on the rope one more time before it's broken as he falls off the apron. Orton hits his clotheslines off the Irish whip. Where the fuck am I? I've lost my place for the first time in this review. Off the Irish whip, no power slam as the cross arm breaker gets locked in, and it's a pin predicament for 2. It's really weird if you get that. Orton hits the backbreaker for 2. Hangman DDT is then countered as Orton's arm goes onto the top rope. Del Rio goes for the RKO but misses, knowing he would taunt shit like that. Orton hits the Hangman DDT, snaps the arm back and forth to sell it, pounds the arm into the canvas doing his usual coiling up and striking Viper thing, and it hurts him. Fuck yeah, Randy, what the hell? Why didn't you do this before? Backstabber by Del Rio for 2. Orton counters the cross arm breaker for a power slam, covers for 2. Stomping in the corner, Orton is holding the fucking arm. Brilliant. Del Rio is down on top, Orton's up. Hold on a second. I'm tired, cut me some slack. Orton's holding the arm, Del Rio's on the top rope, puts Orton up there, Del Rio then... I think Orton just goes up there, I'm not entirely sure. Del Rio then pushes Orton down, he hangs randomly, and then Del Rio hits a stomp right into the ribs from the top. Crazy. God, that was such a good move. 1, 2, Orton kicks out. Pretty basic, you'd expect it. Orton... Where the fuck am I? Del Rio is up on the top, hits nothing. Yeah, he jumps and doesn't really make contact. Is that a botch or is it just something that we don't normally see and they were just trying to iron out difficulties? I don't know. Orton hits a drop kick, he then stalks up ready for the RKO again. Del Rio counters, Orton goes to the post as Rodriguez pulls the arm into it, and Del Rio locks in the arm breaker once again. He's trying to resist the hold, but keeps it in. Orton rolls him up and covers for 2 while the hold is still in. Awesome. Del Rio goes from the springboard enziguri, but randomly, Orton just catches him with an RKO right there. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton gets the win out of the blue. I don't expect it. No one on this chat expects it. It's crazy shit. Huzzah! Good. Right. This next matchup, annoyingly, the result went the right way, but listen to yourself. Team Rhodes Scholars defeated Team Hell No by disqualification. Team Hell No therefore retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. My God. Whew. This is quite bad. Anyway, Bryan and Sandow start off. Leapfrogs to the kitchen sink by Bryan, which was lovely. Sandow rolls them out of the boot by Kane for tagging Rhodes. Boot by Kane, cover for 2. Springboard dropkick by Bryan and Kane for 2. So Rhodes is then harshly worked by Kane. Sandow makes a blind tag to take advantage, because obviously, you know he would do. Rhodes Scholars alternate tags to focus on Kane, beating him down all they will. Sandow goes off the top rope, but he eats uppercut. And because his knee and lower upper mid-range of his body has been targeted, he is starting to slowly sell it. And you must realise I'm going through this match quite quickly, because there's a lot of groundwork and there isn't too much going on. Bryan then beats down Sandow and hits a massive clothesline followed by kicks. Sandow pushes Bryan into Cody, but they both get hit out of it. Bryan hits the suicide dive as Rhodes gets out of the way, but Sandow ends up eating it. And the quote of the night by JBL here: "The goat can fly. The goat can fly." It's hysterical. Running knee by Cody for 2, running calf press by Sandow for 2. And even though I haven't mentioned a lot of them, I should mention it all, but there's a lot of near falls at this point. They're going back and forth. Couple of moves, pinfall. Couple of moves, pinfall. I'm not noticing it. I'm noting it down on this note thing, but they're doing it. I'm not gonna lie. Kane then, this is funny as well. Just chants, "Let's go, Goatface, let's go," or I can just pick it up and it is funny. As Cody then locks in an arm lock. Bryan gets out, but he's again beaten down and can't get to Kane. Nice Russian leg sweep by Sandow, followed by him hitting away at the face of Bryan before a headlock, which is cool. Bryan tries to go for the no lock, but just couldn't get it locked in. Sandow then drop toe holds him to give Bryan. Oh wait, no. Sandow eats a drop toe hold to give Bryan the advantage. Kane and Rhodes are tagged in. A massive back body drop by Kane is followed by corner clotheslines and a sidewalk slam for 2. Rhodes nearly gets superplexed, but is hit off and eats a top rope clothesline by Kane. Bryan tags in as Kane goes for the choke slam. Hits the headbutt, which I might note he is slightly missing it. Yep, he slightly misses it, and it's visually on camera. Enough said. He covers, but Kane breaks it up. Kane is then taken to the outside. Bryan throws Rhodes outside with Sandow. Bryan goes for a running knee, but he ends up hitting Kane instead. Oh yeah. No way better for a dysfunctional tag team to go even further. They're beating each other up accidentally. Now, this would be fine, because he takes a knee to the head. Okay, it's not an arrow to the knee, but you get my point here. He should be down for a while, shouldn't he? Complete no-sell. Kane then just gets up, grabs Bryan, distracting them both long enough to be double baseball slid by both of them. Crossroads, cover, but again Kane breaks up in the ring. Kane then beats Rhodes and Sandow down, and the ref calls for the DQ. Now, oh god, that DQ was not needed. Seriously, that DQ was not meant to fucking happen. I don't know why they had to do that. Really, it's one of the things that really boggled my mind last night. Really, it really did. God. Anyway, Kofi Kingston defeated The Miz to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, I will say this before I even get to the match review later. This match was nothing like I really expected for a few reasons. In fact, I'll get to that later, but I just want to point that out to you. Hairpull slam to Kofi and leapfrogs, followed by a skull-crushing finale position, which is then countered by Kofi. Starts off the contest. Kofi goes for the Trouble in Paradise as Miz ends up escaping. Luther is pressed by Kofi, getting offense as Kofi sends him out. Baseball slide effectively keeps him out there. Irish whip into the steps is leaped over by Kofi. Nice athleticism. Miz then whacks him in the face with a boot as he goes back for more. Yeah, you can springboard and make it look as acrobatical you want, but you can't dodge boot to the face. Enough said. Boot face. Goat face is better. Cover for 2 in the ring. Hairpull slam stops Kofi gaining momentum. Kick to the head cover for 2 by Miz. Running clothesline by Miz. Goes to the top and hits a double axe handle for 2. Kofi then hits a clothesline as Miz runs at him. Both men are down. Kofi gets up, hit his clothesline with the boom drop. Kofi lines up for the Trouble in Paradise as Miz runs out, runs out, a springboard crossbody for 2 by Kofi. Kofi rebounds, and it's almost hit with a backbreaker neckbreaker combo, hits the SOS for 2. Kofi stops to the ropes, but Miz stomps and pulls Kofi's leg down. An epic scream by Kofi indicates that this is going to be a body part to target. Miz stomps and beats down the leg wrench by Miz. He takes the knee pad off to intensify the pain. Well, takes Kofi's knee pads, not his. Obviously, he needs to take the knee pads off to make Kofi's life a living hell in this match. Kofi goes up, but Miz then pulls him off and gets him in a one-leg Boston Crab. Yes. Kofi can't get to the ropes. He rolls through, but Miz kicks out at 2. A massive DDT by Miz for 2. Miz lines up a skull-crushing finale. Kofi rolls through, but Miz kicks out at 2. Kofi misses the Trouble in Paradise. Miz again has the skull-crushing finale countered, but he holds the position in anyway despite the countering happening. Kofi then weasels out, hits the Trouble in Paradise with his good leg, covered, and gets the win. Sounds like a decent match, wouldn't you think? Let me get to it when the review comes on. Now, the first of 2 unannounced matches tonight. In fact, I'll say this. Both unannounced matches have happened one after the other. Antonio Cesaro defeated Justin Gabriel to retain the WWE United States Championship. Now, Gabriel is immediately slammed and beaten down the moment this match begins. A flipping arm drag by Gabriel, but Cesaro just puts him to the outside off an apron shot. Nope, fuck it. He actually just hits him on the apron. Sorry, my mind is a bit hazy. I'm trying to remember how this match went, even though I've got notes down here. He's slammed on the outside of the apron, followed by more ground punches. A reverse uppercut by Cesaro for 2, jumping knee into Gabriel on the top rope by Cesaro, followed by a throw for 2, double stomps by Cesaro for 2, which you don't see often enough. Whip rebound into a wheel kick by Gabriel gives him some form of attacking state. A Lion Salt is then hit for 2, which is very impressive to see done by someone else other than Jericho. Off the run, Cesaro hits him back down with a clothesline, which is nice, for 2. Front power slam counted into a DDT by Gabriel. Kick out at 2. A 450 splash is missed, but he manages to somehow stand up after doing that. Springboard reverse DDT by Gabriel off the top for 2. Second rope baseball slide by Gabriel. Okay. Cesaro is outside the ring, in a slight bit of pain. Not too much. He then goes for the spectacular top rope springboard crossbody to the outside. And I bet you're wondering, what the hell could possibly go wrong with this? Let me think. BAM! He eats uppercut. That giant, uber huge uppercut just absolutely whacks the smile and all responsiveness right out of his face. He sells it so bloody well. Cesaro then puts him in the ring, hits the neutralizer, and covers for the win. Not too bad. Even though it was an announced match, it had some decent stuff to it. Next, Rey Mysterio and Cara defeated the Prime Time Players. Now, I will say this. Because this match and the match before it were unannounced, I had no real interest in them. You see, if they were announced before the show, people were being excited about it, the crowd may have given a shit. I could have given a shit, but I didn't. There weren't too many big moves. I mean, sure, there was some good stuff going on. I just didn't really note it all down because of how bored I was by this. There's a leg drop moonsault combo by Cara and Mysterio in the early going. Sin Cara hit he fought on the apron against the Primetime Players, kicking both of them to keep them away from him, and then Titus O'Neil just whacks him in a side slam. It's pretty cool. Sin Cara was reverse DDT'd right on top of his head. Shit. Oh, I missed it actually when it first happened, but the replays, he lands right on top of his head. And we were all saying, can I have a fractured skull or something? Mysterio hits a 619 and the splash for the win. I really didn't care about this match, even though there was some solid tag teaming, but mostly it was just the Primetime Players beating up Sin Cara for the most of the match. I never got into it, so I'll explain later what rating it gets. Next, Big Show defeated Sheamus to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And no, just in case anyone's wondering if they haven't seen the show or haven't looked at the spoiler results or the dirt sheets or whatever, Sheamus lost clean. Sheamus lost clean to the Big Show. He lost clean to a heel. Awesome. Anyway, Sheamus is beaten down by Big Show in the early going and slams and punches. Off the chop taunt, Sheamus punches back. Show regains control briefly, but Sheamus flies at the knee to send Show to the outside. Sheamus tries to regain control, but he just can't go against Show without being thrown around. A whip into the barricade by Show, continuing the dominance. Sheamus punches out, but a side slam again keeps the ball in Show's court. Cover for 2. Sheamus is pressed into the ropes and over the announce table. Either Hurricane by Show for 2. Sheamus again is thrown out of the ring and is pulled back up and he's pulled back up to the ropes and hits his flying shoulder ram. Sheamus then runs and he runs at Show, hoping to get a clothesline off him, but he then eats a sidekick. Not a sidekick as in superhero sidekick. I mean a stiff sideways on kick to the face. Show covers for 2. And you know what? I really didn't see Show dominating this for so long, but obviously in a match like this, if the heel dominates so much, we know what's coming. Superhero comeback! Show then wraps a bear hug around Sheamus. The champion tries to fight out, but Show slams him. Vader Splash for 2, pretty nice. Chokeslam countered into a DDT by Sheamus, which is lovely, cover for 2, as he's thrown out of the ring in the process. Show is then hung up on the rope. Sheamus goes for the battering punches. Show tries to go for a chokeslam off the top rope, because he can, but fails. Sheamus runs into the chokeslam anyway. 1, 2, Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus then hits the kick to the head, tries for a cloverleaf. A cover ends up taking place as he can't really pull him over. Show kicks out and throws the champion to the outside again. Show almost goes into the post, but Sheamus pushes him into it anyway. Battering ram caught into a chokeslam, but Sheamus goes for the knee and clotheslines the big man down. Then Sheamus picks him up and actually gets him in the position for and hits the white noise. Fuck. Just absolutely incredible, the strength. Some people marked out. I was really shocked too. 1, 2, Big Show somehow kicks out of it. The crowd have just started to perk up a bit. Sheamus goes for the bro kick. Show holds it and whacks the KO punch. 1, 2. Sheamus kicks out of it. Show is ready for it again. He misses and Sheamus just hits the bro kick out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. No. It's not 3 because the Show kicks out right as the ref's hand just hit the mat. It is literally the closest you are going to see a fall go down tonight. Sheamus goes for the bro kick again. Bro kick run. And you know what happens? It's something I found quite lovely. The Big Show hits the KO punch discus style. He hits it while moving. He literally spins round slightly and just completely clocks him. Loved that. 1, 2, 3. Big Show is world champion. And Sheamus has lost clean to a heel. Shit. That's pretty impressive. I really didn't see that coming. Plus, Dolph Ziggler didn't make a cash-in. I wonder if my prediction for Ziggler's cash-in are coming true. Lord knows. Next, Eve defeated Kaitlyn and Layla to retain the Divas Championship in what was actually a triple threat match in the end. So yeah, it was a triple threat match like I originally thought, but it wasn't confirmed anywhere that it was one. So I need to kill the wrestling sites on that front. Countering roll-ups by Layla and Kaitlyn, which are pretty nice. I mean, usually in a cruiserweight match or like heavyweight match, you just see them continuously going for roll-ups, and it's just quite fun. I mean, honestly, it gives a nice, fast-flowing notion to this. So there was a nice reverse STO by STO, I should say, not STO. STO by Eve, working then on Kaitlyn's injured ankle with a grounded Heart of Pain. Of course, she doesn't put the full stretch into it, but it's still the closest thing we're going to get to a Heart of Pain. Nice. And then does a flipped stretch. Kaitlyn's not overselling, which I'm loving, because You know how I mentioned how Kelly and the Bellas, often in a match when they had it, when they got put in a move, they were just screaming like it was the most unbearable pain in the world. And I often said it sounded like they were getting fist fucked up the ass, or being continuously, you know what I mean? You can see where that come on was going. And it doesn't sound natural. Kaitlyn obviously was in pain, but she wasn't going, ah! She's going, ah, ah. And you see, that's a lot nicer than hearing an overzealous scream. It really is. And just to see that is lovely. Layla unloads on Eve, springboard crossbody for 2, double split, both of them end up doing the splits. And noggin knocker, as then Kaitlyn hits both their heads together, a snap suplex and a Fujiwara armbar on Layla. I believe this was Darren Young's gutbuster, which turned into a kick to the gut by Kaitlyn, clothesline by Layla, cover for 2. Eve covers Kaitlyn for 2 then after that. Stratisfaction by Kaitlyn, which is nice, clothesline and shoulders. Layla then kicks her right in the side of the head. Kaitlyn rolls the crossbody through and hits the front power slam off it, which is lovely. Eve then breaks up the count and covers Layla for the win. There's a lot going on in this match, and I will tell you now, I enjoyed it heavily. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, by God, finally, we reach the main event. Let me brace you for this, because if you haven't read the spoilers, if you haven't read the reviews, if you haven't seen any reviews and you're wondering, Fred, who's won this match? Who has won the important match that you were going on about? Who has managed to do? Has WWE made the right decision? Has WWE done the right thing? Has McMahon's douchebag yes man sucked the owner off for one last bout of McMahon-induced booking? Or have they done the right thing? Well, let me read this out for you, because this is one of the most satisfying things that I can possibly say. Not just as a fan, but based on what I said in my prediction vid last night, anything is possible for why I'm happy here. CM Punk defeated Ryback to retain the WWE Championship. Yeah, believe that. And, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause for a moment for some music to mark the occasion. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Ooh, sorry about that. Just, you can kind of see how happy this ended up making me. Anyway, Goldberg chants are drowned out to begin with by Feed Me More, which is no surprise, but then they just kind of spring back in again. They were confiscating Goldberg's signs before the match started, so yeah, people were pissed. Punk is on the outside of the ring to begin the match, running away from Ryback until he ends up chopping him. Ryback then double chokes him into the ropes, pounds him down to the canvas a bit. Massive whip into the turnbuckle, boot to Ryback, stops him. Tornado DDT is countered, and Punk is clotheslined into the steel. Punk is clamouring for the door to be opened, but obviously it's locked. Ryback then throws him into the cell. Punk hides under the ring. Heyman is shouting that Punk is a human being, and what Ryback is doing is wrong. Gotta love Heyman. Guidance counselor extraordinaire right there, people. Punk shoots a fire extinguisher into the face of Ryback and rams him into the cell. Punk gets a chair out, and in one of the 6 spots of the night, Ryback just big boots it right back in his face. I actually shuddered a bit because I thought, for fuck's sake, aren't these things, any shot to the head, banned anymore, even if it is a big boot? Just saying. Military press slam into the ring, another one to put him down inside it. Punk ducks out of the corner and hits a springboard clothesline to get the big man down for the first time. He goes for the double axe handle and hits the head and shoulder. Ryback then rams Punk into the turnbuckle, but Punk then hits a kick off the whip. Punk hits the suicide dive and hits the cell, meaning he took a little bit more damage. Chair to Ryback's chest followed by a neckbreaker. Sequence is then repeated, but Ryback breaks out of it midway through the neckbreaker. Ryback then goes for a battering ram, but Punk gets out of it, and Ryback goes right into the steps, shoulder first. Punk locks in a sleeper hold, but Ryback lifts him up and hits a sitting stunner. Punk rebounds with a knee and clothesline, followed by the elbow. Punk then gets a kendo stick and whacks the back and chest of Ryback. But he's standing up, absorbing the pain. Clotheslines by Ryback, a massive back body drop and a spine buster. The momentum just shifted at the snap of a finger. Ryback hits the meat hook with authority, goes for the shell shock, and then the referee just stops him. We don't know why. And the ref low blows him right there and then. Punk is then has a cover, and the referee just fast counts. Punk wins thanks to a referee's screw job. Honestly, why did I not think of that? In disgust, Ryback beats the living crap out of Punk and the ref, throwing said ref right into the cell, and it looked sick. In fact, somebody, so funny, found out who the ref was. I think it was an FCW talent, I think. And basically put up on his page, died Hell in a Cell 2012 because of the injuries he suffered from the wall shot. He isn't dead, but it's just funny to note. Oh, where am I now? I shouldn't say that right at the end. Punk's escaping Ryback by climbing up the cell. Ryback goes after him, and everyone else is like, oh my god, we're on the edge of our seats, this is epic. Both are on top. Shell shock on the top of the cell. Ryback stands tall to end the show. Now, that's a cool ending right there, folks. Just saying. Ending's pretty awesome right there. Now, we're on to the ratings of each match. Starting off first with Orton Del Rio. Now, pros here. Orton sold moves. Orton sold moves. I repeat that. Orton sold moves. He kept the selling all the way through. He did not do what he usually does when he super Ortons and disregards every possible work on a body part. He actually did the right fucking thing, and I was singing Orton's praises for that. There was momentum and offense shifts fluidly and quickly. It didn't feel clunky. This match was fast-paced that way, and I loved it. And to see Orton managing well in a fast-paced match, which I expected him to do if he adapted his style correctly, was brilliant. Okay, he was on the offense, but it really kick-started the night in the right way. The psychology for Del Rio, usually when I see him attacking the arm, it's the same old shit like in the Sheamus feud. But he actually did some unique things. Pulling on the ropes, stomping on loads of things, just doing all kinds of random stuff. And I'm happy, it was refreshingly different to see. It was an unexpected finish, which there is a bad and a good side to this. It was nice to see it. And you know what? I loved this match from start to finish. I absolutely adored it. The cons. It could have gone on a bit longer, but it isn't too bad of an issue. It was only, another extra 2 or 3 minutes it needed. I think it would have been fine, but it was still good for what it was. The crowd could have been hotter. I mean, okay, this is the start of a major issue because the crowd was shit all night long, and I'll mention it in the cons of most of the matches. The finisher did come out of nowhere. While I liked it, it was a little anticlimactic. It really was anticlimactic, and it didn't really do much. Plus, it just made all of Del Rio's offense look like nothing, because if you hit a finisher out of nowhere like that, it looks sick, but it just demeaned Del Rio a little bit. Anyway, I really enjoyed this match. For me, match of the night. I know, people saying Big Show Sheamus, but when I get to it, you'll understand, I think you'll see why. I'll give this match a bloody good rating. 3 3/4 stars. Pretty damn awesome, if I may say so myself. Because Orton, this proves you can wrestle properly in the right circumstances. And I wholeheartedly love you for this match. You've gained a lot of respect from me here. Team Hell No vs Rhodes Scholars. There were pros, multiple near falls, building up, and unpredictable tension for both teams. There were some good teams doing good team moves. Nice. Kane sold the knee reasonably well when he needed to. Okay, sure, he didn't sell it towards the end, but I can live with that. Fuck it, he didn't even sell a knee to the head. Anyway, the cons, and there are quite a few here. DQ finish was not necessary. Hands down, that is the main con here. There was not any need for the DQ finish, in my opinion. They should have had Rhodes Scholars just getting a roll-up or something really cheaply, because we would have booed the shit out of them tonight on Raw. The crowd weren't into it as I was expecting, and it made the match feel flat, because this has been the most over thing on WWE programming, bar Ryback and Punk. So, literally, I thought they'd be a lot more into it than they were. There weren't too many different moves from the teams, standard sets, which I wasn't expecting. I wanted to see more different moves from these guys, and it made the match predictable, boring, and, to be honest, a bit slow. So, yeah, I'll be nice here. I was into it, but I just wasn't feeling it, and the crowd vibe really helped on that front to solidify that. I'll give it 1.25 star. I would have given it more, but it just didn't. These two teams have chemistry, but it just did not feel right in the context of things. I don't know. I just didn't feel how this match could have gotten any better. It got somewhere, but then it didn't at the same time. Kofi versus Miz. Now, there was some good legwork by Miz, and great selling by Kofi as well. Good countering and offense shifting. Had decent pacing. It didn't really slow down even in the quietest of moments, which is nice. However, the cons. Dead crowd really didn't make this match any better, because honestly, at times I was really thinking, could be something. Apart from the leg working and selling, nothing stood out, and plus because, like I said, it happened in the latter part of the match, it felt way too late. If Miz did this at the beginning of the match and worked on it for an entire 9 minutes and Kofi got the win at the snap of a finger because he fought back and threw the injury and did it, that would have been nicer. But no. Despite being quick at times, I didn't like what was really happening in this match. It didn't feel different from what we'd seen before. And like I said, it was really quick with multiple counts. But I don't know. To me, it was just rushed. It felt rushed, and I wanted these guys to have stability and pull what they can in a match like this well. They didn't. And because of that, the crowd just weren't into it, and it really, again, sucked the life out of it. And I will give it 3/4 star. You may think I'm being ridiculously evil here, but, dude, I didn't enjoy a lot of this match, I'll say you there. Cesaro versus Gabriel now. Pros, a good variety of moves by both men. 'Twas nice. However, that's it. The cons, a dead crowd again. It really affected this match, because I was trying to really get into it, but no one gave a shit, and therefore I'll give it 1/2 star because I'm nice. Mysterio and Cara versus the Primetime Players. Now, there was nice teamwork by both teams based on what I saw, because I really just wasn't in the mood to note shit down for a match I didn't really care about. I just wasn't into it. That is the main con. There were good moves occasionally, but I just didn't care. There wasn't enough going on to keep me really, really interested. It was mostly seeing Cara getting his ass kicked, allowing for Mysterio to pick up the win. And to me, that's formulaic, predictable, and not really meant to happen. You know? And, yeah. It had some good moves while it lasted. It had a few decent little things. I'm not going to damn this to hell. I'll give it 1/4 star because I'm very nice. This means this pay-per-view has no zeros. I'm spoiling that one for you. There are no zeros tonight. Sheamus vs Big Show. Fantastic ending. A great finisher kicking out of everything. And an unexpected win for Show. Good on you. Big Show dominated and through that made us believe he was going to win. And I will say this, it's good to see a dominant heel win a match instead of losing. Good idea for WWE to handle this the right way. Because honestly, usually, they'll dominate a match, the face comes back and whips them. That's how it usually is done. R-Truth, I'm looking in your direction. It doesn't happen in this case, it's awesome. And it looks like WWE wants Ziggler to win on a bigger stage. Good idea. Good to know they have at least done that. Something I want, fantastic. Cons. Went on a bit too long, but it made the finish epic when it came to it, because it just built up over time and festered. The match started off slow and plodded along nicely though until the end sequence. The ending was worth it, but it should have lasted less time due to bad pacing. I really felt this match was mostly just Show beating him up. Okay, you know what, I'll say this, and another pro, they have good chemistry in the ring, they really do, but again, the match was just, for me, a little bit too slow. It needed to be quicker to make me pick up my interest. And that's one of the reasons why I wasn't fully into this match. I tried to, but it just proved difficult. And you know what? I'll give it, because I've just realised, I've ended up adding something here. They have good chemistry in the ring. I'll add that as another pro, and I'll make it 1 3/4 star instead, because, well, I'm nice, aren't I? Really. I thought that was perfectly reasonable. It's not my match of the night, unlike many people, but again, Orton Del Rio just gave me more of what I like. Eve versus Kaitlyn versus Layla. Good working on Kaitlyn's ankle, and she didn't oversell, which made the match for me enjoyable, because you know how it's happened with overselling, and I've just turned off the match from that point on. It didn't happen here. I'm very pleased. Kaitlyn's moveset had been alien to me. I hadn't seen her much previously. Good to see her using some very good moves that weren't used much in recent times, at least by female wrestlers anyway. The match was fast-paced and never slowed down, and it was fun to watch, because it didn't become plodding and slow like many Divas matches are. And I liked that, I really did. Honestly, I really enjoyed that match. Full on. And of course, here are the cons. The crowd was very dead. I was trying to be excited for it, but the thing is, you can be as excited as you want to be watching, but unless the crowd give a shit, it loses its impact. I thought they'd be amazed to see a fast-paced, psychology-fueled Divas match, but they weren't. And obviously, the match was too short. Of course, no matter though, the match served its purpose anyway, the right finish happened, I can be happy with it. In fact, actually, I think I should give an extra pro for not making Eve's finish look as dirty as it possibly could have, but she took advantage anyway. Should that make this a 2-star match? No, not really, because the length really cuts it down. Give it 1 3/4 stars, therefore the highest rated Divas match of the year. Epic win for me. Seriously, I enjoyed it that much, guys, and to have it as the second highest rated match of the night really just show it. Punk versus Ryback. There's a lot here. First off, very good ending. A dirty finish, a cheap way for Punk to retain the title and keep Ryback looking strong, just as I ended up fucking predicting. Ryback's dominance during and after the bell assured me that after what happened, Ryback is being pushed for the long term. It was exciting and hard-hitting while it lasted. Enough said. It really was. Cons. No interference by any of the people I expected to, because I really wanted to see McMahon, Cena, AJ, Vicky Guerrero, Lesnar, Heyman even getting involved properly. I mean, seriously, there was nothing. That made me think they just wanted to make Punk look like shit, and when he eventually did get the cheap win, people would think he's a weak-ass bitch. Well, I didn't want that to happen, but it happened anyway. To me, the match felt short. It really did. I actually think this, obviously because the screw job didn't help on that front, but yeah. To me, it was unexpected. It didn't really, I don't know, the match did just feel really short to me. I think it's mostly because I'm expecting long 20-plus minute Hell in a Cells, you know. Didn't happen. There wasn't really any extraordinary moves used, apart from the end bit, obviously, with the shell shock on top of the cell, which was disappointing. I wanted to see something different. Crowd was again dead. They had some spells of activity, but nothing more. What's the point, guys? I thought the crowd would be into this, and to be honest, everyone on the Skype chat was like, yeah, shit's about to get real, guys. This is awesome, let's go. And we were into it. We were into this, trying to see what would happen. Obviously, I wasn't into it all the way because Punk was getting beaten up and I hated that. But you see, the crowd just really... Sorry. The crowd just made this show shit from the beginning, and they made this match very anticlimactic. Seriously, it really dampened on what should have been an intense beatdown for Punk. And you know what? I'll give it 1.5 stars for what it's worth. I'll give it 1.5 stars. End of story. I could give it more, but nah, I won't. And now, on to my final thoughts before my computer runs out of battery. This show had a lot of promise. And like a lot of pay-per-views this year, I was going in excited and full of expectations, but however, what I got was a subpar pay-per-view performance once again. Now, I won't completely slam WWE here. They booked smart, and I have to applaud them for that. Punk won and Ryback lost, but they were still both the exact same that they were before the match started. Ryback is still strong, Punk is still a bit weedy and a bit cowardly, but he still has strength in that. Sheamus lost to an opponent that met his match, Ziggler didn't cash in on a B pay-per-view, and they gave me a Divas match with great psychology to make it entertaining. It was brief, but it was there. Not to mention, as well as Randy Orton gaining my respect by pulling out the great psychology performance out of the bag in a fast-paced match that I never thought he would do. Plus, it made Del Rio look credible again, because seriously, that's what I wanted from that. Good stuff. All this good stuff may make you think I'm giving it a great rating, but you're wrong. Aside from the first match, most of these matches were below what I expected. The in-ring work, while stellar, lacked imagination. The crowd were dead almost all night, and it made nothing stand out to me. Apart from the opener, obviously, because that did make me stand out. The evening fell flat. And even with shining moments, the crowd, they were dulled. As the night, when you look at the night as a whole, they were dulled out, and basically how it all went. And I'm happy that this has no zeros, which obviously means you're not going to see it in the 2s or the 1s in the categories. It was a poor pay-per-view that had some solid bits to it. And I'll give it this. There are no zeros. Okay, there are a lot of matches in the below 1-star category, and a lot of them are in the 1 to 1 3/4 category. So yeah. I'll give it a poor but solid 3 out of 10. I'm being very nice here. And in all fairness, I hope Survivor Series can do better. I really do hope it can do better. Really. Because knowing what ideas I have in my head for what could happen at Survivor Series, this should be fun as fuck. Let's hope. Because I went in excited and got not much from it. I want that trend to stop. Guys, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Again, I apologise for it being late. And to be honest, I think by the time this is ended up recording, it might take a little longer for me to put up because of that little extra video clip you saw earlier on. Or if there is no video clip, the music added in for extra purposes. What do you think? What do you think of Hell in a Cell? Click down there in the comment section and say what you want to say. All's good. And subscribe to me up there. I've got more videos coming. I'm going to do a review of WWE 13 in about 3 weeks from now. Should be fun. And I'm also doing a great live stream. Now, you guys didn't really pick up on it when I mentioned it, but the live stream will be happening on November the 25th. A Sunday. I can be happy with that, unless that turns out to be Survivor Series. Let me check while I'm ahead of myself, because I don't want to be proven wrong here, because it's going to completely annoy me if I find out that this pay-per-view is when I want to have my live stream. Let's find out. No, it's on the 18th of November, thank fuck. So yeah, the live stream is happening 25th of November. How about that? Huh? Good. Should be fun for you guys. I've been Cream Crazy, you've been people watching. This has been Hell in a Cell 2012 review. And I will see you guys next time for whatever video that may be. Because anything can come up randomly in the next couple of weeks, we don't know. But until that, and the next video I have down in stone is the WWE 13 review. So be patient and wait for it. It should be quite fun. Guys, I'll see you. Raw starts in about 2 or 3 minutes, I think. I will see you then. I'll talk throughout Raw if you want. All should be fun. Cheers, guys.